Today we are testing this Biltema battery, supposedly rated at 100 amperes hours. Maybe it really was 100 Ah when I bought it about 10 years ago. But how much capacity is left in it now? Well, that's exactly what we are going to find out. And we will do it using the only correct method, the one defined in the official standard for testing starter battery capacity. I covered that standard in the episode number 1. The link is there in the description below. As it happens, I never actually used this battery, but I did regularly recharge it. So it will be interesting to see how much capacity is left after all those years of just sitting around doing nothing. Let's go. Right now it's fully charged and has been residing for a full day. The open circuit voltage is 1285. I've hooked it up on my do-it-yourself DIU test rig. It's explained in the episode number 2. The link is there in the description below. And since we know the rated capacity, that one is based on C20, we will discharge it with the 5 amperes current. Check episode number 1. The link is there in the description below if you are not sure why. Now I'm going to press this little button and genuinely, with no script, I will wait for the result along with you. Except you are lucky, you will see the whole things in under an hour, while I ideally will have to wait 20 hours. Okay guys, it's 10 p.m. almost. I set it for discharging. You can see here, you can see this voltage here. It was actually about 12 few minutes ago. I'm a little bit concerned about this voltage that sounds like a little bit low, but okay. The shunt, I set the shunt for 100 amperes capacity here, 100%, 100 amperes hours. Please focus. Oh, so you can see the settings here in case if you are interested, and it shows that time remaining is about 10 hours. It means I will be able to sleep, but this 10 hours before we get 50% according to this setting, discharge flow. So 50%, which means it looks like that 100% of discharging when we see this voltage means we consumed all 100 amperes will be within 20 hours according to C20 standards. Guys, if it tells you nothing, it's normal if you didn't watch 5 previous episodes. So watch them to understand what I'm talking about. So, at least to me it looks like I will be able to sleep and get back to this in the morning without seeing zero voltage. And yeah, it will be extremely interesting to me to see tomorrow about 2 p.m. morning after sleeping what is here. Let's see. 9 volts at 9 a.m. next day. So, and unfortunately we missed this point, so it's 9 volts, and of course there is no 100 amperes hours, as you understand, for that time, no 20 hours. So 55 till that level, which is critical. We will analyze when we reached this level using Trends tab, and then I will charge the battery, not with this one this time, but with that one. It allows to charge with 10 amps, so it's twice 5. It will be interesting to count, easy to count, and compare the time of discharge with the time of charging. Now I have to switch off. At least for Victron charger, first connect the battery and then power of the charger, so it will recognize the right program, especially if you have changed it. So, and we see this test stage. It's not often, but in our case we see it. The voltage increases, and we are going to analyze the trend tab of the shunt. After about 1 minute, it is in the bulk charge. Okay, we are in the trends tab to analyze, and we cannot rely on this state of charge because we set 100 amperes hours as 100%, which is not true. But the only interest for us in that case will be 10.5 for zero capacity, and we have it somewhere here. We have that kind of chart. We have it somewhere here. You can see quick slope, and we have it at 6:22. I need to check when we began yesterday, and then we know the time, and because the current is 5, we can understand what is the capacity, what is consumed amperes hours at that time, because when I select it here, it's quite strange. So it doesn't show the chart, it shows this amperes hours here, and I don't understand them. Either I don't understand, or it's a kind of bug, because it's quite strange. Something is wrong here to me. So, and then what is the 50% of the capacity? Half. Yeah, again I need to calculate it. Probably it's somewhere in the middle here, probably that is about half. Yeah, but I plan to set true capacity again, and after the charging, test with the true capacity, and then set this true capacity, new capacity of the battery, write it here. Well, actually, we can see here when we began, it was 10 p.m. So 8.5 hours until that value. Multiply 5, the current that we set here. We have about 43 amperes hours of the capacity in that battery. So in this big battery, but it's not 100 anymore, and probably never been. If you watched the previous episode with that one, with the new one, even here we didn't get 15 amperes hours. So lies everywhere. So I will set 43 and we will try again. I know how long it takes now to discharge, so I will be around to see when the half of that. So it's charged, this voltage on the terminals, we can see it here and here. I synchronize the shunt in advance. We set 43 amperes hours for the next test, and here the charging was completed in almost 12 hours with that amount of energy added to the battery. So you can use this start as you wish. So bulk was about 4 hours, absorption limited the maximum, that is limited in settings, recondition again also limited by settings. That's it, so you can use it as you wish. I should disconnect it from the charging and wait for 1 day, and we test the new 43 amperes hours capacity. I actually decided to move recheck of this battery to the next episode because, guys, look what I found here. I actually discovered here this after 10 years or so. I recalled actually that I bought it for battery tests, but small batteries, and there has to be a feature for this, and it is there. You just need to push the right buttons to enter this mode. So that's why my new retest I want to do with this built-in feature for testing, where you actually don't even need this. It's good to have for monitoring, and in the next part I already know what will happen. You will see why it's important to have this one. Subscribe if you are not yet. And also I noticed that 6 hours wasn't enough to reach 16.2 volts here. So I want to try recondition again, and again it will go to the next episodes. That's why, guys, I think it's all here. You've got the main information, the main subject of this video. So I just wanted to show you how we were trying to reach within 10 hours and didn't reach 16 anyway. Okay, it will be in another episode. Guys, tell me what kind of equipment you use to test your batteries. So what kind of setup and what kind of equipment, probably some cheap, and I maybe decide to buy it to compare with just for my own interest. Okay, see you next time. Bye.